Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Here is you various skills and how to grow your skills. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to teach you create an onboarding screen. So if you're actually new, guys, consider but also notification so you get notified when I upload a new video. I think that's pretty much it. So we are going to be designing from scratch. Let's say for example, actually pass that information for saying that we need to design a onboarding screen for a course platform that offers a course for you to courses on. Okay, we're going to be designing we're going to be designing onboarding screen based on what I just said. Okay, so if you're actually new to Figma and you have no knowledge about Figma and you want to keep learning more about Figma, yeah, you want to learn more about Figma, you want to go in depth, you want to become professional in Figma. We also have online courses that I'm going to teach you. We have online courses and house training which we host every month where we can how to go ahead and make use of Figma effectively, become a pro UI UX designer. Okay, so trust me, if you want to become a pro UI UX designer, then you definitely want to make sure you sign up for our courses. The link to sign up for our courses is actually in my description below, so you can go ahead and check it out. Okay, and you can also follow some various social media. So I don't want to talk much about this. I just want to show you how to create Figma onboarding screen. Okay, so yes, let's dive straight into the video, guys. As you can actually see my screen, my Canva is empty. The first thing I want to do is to rename my file. I'm going to change this to onboarding screen, or I'm going to create a course onboarding screen. Course onboarding screen. I've done. Create my artboard. You can see the artboard is here. If you don't know how to make use of any, I have a video concept that, so I'm going to be making use of the shortcuts most of the time, and I'll explain what I'm actually doing. Okay, so right now I'm trying to create an artboard, so I selected the artboard tool, and I'll come to the font section, select any of the font I want actually. So I want 11 Pro, so I'm going to Pro. Okay, so it's always important that you design with the latest device. Okay, since we have iPhone 13, so you might actually want to go ahead and design for iPhone 10. Like if we go back, you can see we are from iPhone 8 to iPhone 13. Okay, so this is for iPhone 11. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, guys, is to create our onboarding. You can actually create an onboarding screen. You need to, I think your onboarding screen can have maybe above from two above. So you want to, as possible, to create screens. So what I'm going to do, guys, is just to duplicate the screen. Or before I duplicate the screen, I'm just going to create like a grid, a grid, work with it. Let's come to this layout grid, then click on the plus icon, change this from, let's tap on this boxes right here, from grid to columns, then columns out 4 colon. Then I'm also going to give a margin of, I think I'll give the margin of 40. Okay, I think a margin of 40 is too much. Let's give it 30. Then we give a gutter of, let's reduce the gutter, say a gutter of 10 is okay. Then I'm going to create 3 different screens or 4 different screens. So I'm going to duplicate this 4 different. Okay, so now I duplicated this by pressing Ctrl D on my keyboard because I'm actually using Figma on my Windows, so I'm using Ctrl D. So I think if you're actually using a Mac, yeah, I think it's the same thing, but I don't use a Mac. So this is just what I'm going to do. So the first thing I want to do is just to say screen one. I can say screen one. I can say screen one. So we have plugins that really help you naming all your at once. But I'm actually just doing this manually because I done it from scratch. In case you don't do all of. Okay, so as you can see right here, I've created my 4 screens. Remember, we're actually designing our onboarding screen course platform. So I'm going to right. I'll just go ahead and write. Or let me say I'm going to platform. Let me say kind of course I want to use. So let's say for example, sign up for different courses. Let's say sign for different. Let's say instead of that, let's say learn UI UX design. Let's say learn UI UX design. We are actually using, let's change this from inter to poppins. So most of the time you actually see design poppins really friendly, and or let me say the way they design poppins is cool, and I'm going to increase this to, just going to follow the normal sizes right here. I don't want to have to do that. I'll just change this to, let me make it 4. Then the next thing I'll just do is place this in the middle. Okay, I can even increase this. Okay, let's see what, like if, okay. So yeah, I think I will just go with this. Oh, okay. Okay, so I think okay. So I'll just duplicate this because I want same for other courses. So when you're actually designing an onboarding scheme, so let's just say we have web development. I'm just putting the name. So let's say actually onboarding screen app that allows you to learn different courses. So you can actually go ahead and designing onboarding screens for all these courses. So let's just say we actually a platform that to learn courses, all these 4 courses. Okay, so I wanna say, I will say app development. Let's say mobile. Okay, so these are also courses we teach here at okay. So in case you want label, so middle, okay, middle. So yes, now you can see we have all these 4 all the then we're going to create, we're going to write the text on, search for it because I don't want to waste much time. And UI, so learn UI, just trying to get full stuff to put there, just code. Full. Just trying to, use this as the, let's say the text, yeah, semi bold to regular. So I can go ahead and use it. I'm going to, because once you, when you actually design the screen, you are going to want to learn, because on body screen you have help and yes, screen say all day, all those things are adding basic thing. Say learn development, just trying to get sample copying from text from, okay. So too much game. Okay, so this for graphic design. It's going to load. Okay, so yeah, finally we have design. Yeah, I don't want to, so I'm just actually making it full, just make it of a placeholder, just place. fill in the boxes. So I don't want to have to. I don't want to make this video lengthy. Also, it's to the point, but so you guys understand. I will explain this. I have the, uh, so all these courses with them here are Rivasult course. Okay, so I'm just using sample text. Okay, so yeah, now we have text text ready. So yeah, this is just an onboarding screen. Like I have the you might not just want to make, then it's have run buttons. So make sure onboarding screen that's are able screen, and we are also going to try as much as possible to prototype this. So that um let's create that let's create that button. So let's say this is going to be the button. Then remember we don't have any color yet on the button. So I'm going to tap on X, make it take us take us. I actually want to make use of text, make use of an icon that just says to the next page. Okay, so I'll just do this like this. Okay, so I think so I'm just going to give a border radius to this button. I'm going to say this border radius is right here. You can actually increase this, or you can just impute the value you want. Say I want to have 5, border radius of 5, and I think that's okay. So next thing I also want to do is to add a skip button at the top here. You can add a skip button top here, or add a skip button here. Okay, what this skip button does is going to help. I always like to put my skip button at the top. So this skip button is going to help users that don't like to go through all this onboarding process. When they've seen one, they already know what your app does. They just want to skip the process and register or login. So you need to give them that information. Okay, so you need to give them that information. If your onboarding screen doesn't have this skip button, then doesn't look the you haven't completed the user's challenge, or that is a bad experience when you can't complete users tasks, or you can't complete users requirements. So it means it's actually bad experience for that user. Okay, so you need possible to make sure that any onboarding screen meets the user's requirement. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this line. Okay, so I think I'm just going to use this a little bit. Okay, so right now I can't actually measure all this, so I'm just going to design some measurable. So but I think, yeah, I think it's still okay. So the next thing I want to do, I think what I'm going to do, guys, is to do this. Remember, we also want to have, I think, like a button. So going to create a previous button. Or instead of next, I'll say back. Okay, so I'll say back. So for the back button, we can't actually go back on this first page. Don't forget, we can't go back on this first page. So I also want to create a button that shows that we have more onboarding screen, so the user will be notified. So the user will be informed that we have more onboarding screen in case the user wants to go ahead and read more about it. So we can actually go ahead and there are different kind of scrollers we can actually make. We can make it circle. We can make it this. Anyhow you want it to look like, you can. Okay, so I think for the sake of this video, I'm just going this is to think 10 is better. Then just going to okay. So remember we have 4, so create 4, create 4. So do this. Okay, so okay, so this is so I'm actually not measuring this, so I'm just create this. Okay, I know, yeah, I know it's not equal, but it's not equal, but we're going to manage this for the sake of this video. Okay, so yeah, and remember, I want to have an image here. So with image here, image of explaining the UI UX, image explaining all. So I'm just going to copy all this. I'm going to copy all these elements, copy them. So I've selected everything here. So I'm going to paste them in other screens, so we don't have to start again. So you can see I'm actually teaching you guys how to go ahead and design faster as a UI UX designer, because you want to always make sure that you design faster as a UI UX designer. You don't want to keep designing for a longer period of time. Okay, so you want to make one shot transport design fast. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and image. So I'm going to turn off this grid. Turn off the grid. You can actually, on your, if you're actually using the Windows, you can just press Control Shift 4. I'm going to turn it off. Control Shift 4, and it's going to turn it on. You can select on the screen and tap on this eye icon of it. Okay, but that's it's pretty stressful when it comes to of turning off all the screens. So you can use right now. I've turned it off on the screen one. So I want to turn it off for all the screens. So I'll just press Control Shift 4, and it's going to turn off for all the screen. So I want to go ahead and add a vector right here on top of the screen. So I'm going to right click. I have this plugin installed on my Figma, so you can go ahead and install it. The name of this plugin is called Story Set Story Set by Freepek. Okay, so Freepek is like is a website where you can go ahead and get free resources, free vector resources. So I'm going to be making use of the platform to get my resources. Okay, so I'm going to search for 4 different resources. So I'm going to okay, so I'm going to say UI design. Wait. Okay, so now I have this. I want web. Okay, so web. I'm just going to make use of the same color, so the color will look same. So we have fix. Okay, so remember, when you're actually designing an onboarding screen, you also want to make use of the color. When, let me say, when the client tells you to make use of a particular color, that client's color. So last one is actually the web. I think mobile. So mobile. So I'm going to bring the one for mobile. So you can see I'm actually selecting the one that actually relates with what I'm actually doing, what this app is all about. Okay, so now we have all this onboarding screen. Go ahead and select all this onboarding screen. Just them. So I think I can actually go ahead them all together. Okay, so you can see I'm doing them all together by I selected all together, and I'm resizing them so they will be the same size. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to take them to their place. I think this is for the mobile. I'm going to bring this one graphics, web, this one. Okay, so I'm going to select them again, and I'm going to increase them again. Okay, so I want so I'm going to drag them into the screen. So we can actually do this by just tapping on. If you want to make them be in the center of the image or in the center of the screen, we can do it by just tapping on it. Then click on this, then it's going to be in the center. Then tap on this alignment. It's going to click on this alignment center. As you can see, we have various alignments. You want that left, center, right. You have to click on it. Center. Okay, so you can see we've actually designed this. Okay, so yeah, I'm just making use of the same color that's actually in this design, so we don't have to go through it. I'm just going to select this button, selecting the next button, select the next button, then I'm going to change color to blue color. And also don't forget the last button. I want to say register. Okay, you might want to say register, or you might want to say register or login. Okay, so register. just going to okay, for these buttons, for these text in the button, we want to make them white because white. Let me explain a few things when it comes to giving color. So one thing about giving color, when you're actually using or making use of, let me show you. For example, this is the box. Okay, so for example, let's say this is the color. This is the color wheel. Let's say if the color is somewhere around, as you can see right here, this is a light color. So you can see this is a light color. Let's say, for example, if the color is somewhere around here, like yeah, it's color somewhere around here, you can actually use like a dark. You can use like, sorry, you can use like a white button. If it's somewhere, maybe let me say if it's somewhere, if you have something like a lighter color, maybe somewhere around here, then you know that yes, you have to make use of a dark or a dark text on that button. Okay, so that's just pretty much it on even coloring your. So the next thing I want to do is, so okay, so say this is the first one, so we're going to do that, and this color we are going to change. We're going to make use of the same colors, so we want to copy the color codes for. So I'm going to do this by saying, okay, so let's say this is the color code for read. This is the color code. So we want to copy all this and give it the same color code. Okay, we'll give it the same color code before we go ahead and start coloring other things. So you can see we are almost, or let's say we are almost done with it, and I'm also going to show you guys how to prototype this. So for this back button, remember the back button for this one is not going to be working. Okay, so we want to disable it by clicking this. So when you're creating a disable button, remember a disable button, it doesn't, so you want to make sure that button is okay. So as you can see right here, the button is not. So here I can make it fun. I let's say right here is function right now, or let's just follow that. Okay, let's make it see. Let's say this. Let's give it a stroke. Let's give it a stroke also. Stroke. And let's say inside this button we want to make use of same color, or we can say okay, let's make use of dark color instead. Let's make use of dark color inside this button. Not want to have a feel, so this. Okay, so I'm going to do that for other buttons. I'm going to move the fill and give it a stroke of this. I'm going to do it for other buttons. Do this for. I'm going to move the fill and give it a stroke of the same color. Okay, so depending on what you might not actually want to, you can actually design something like this. You can actually design, as you can see, this is from scratch, and I also showed you the plugin I actually made use of, story set by Freepik. Okay, so you can actually go ahead and make use of the same plugin and design something like this. So this is the second screen. I'm going to select on the second one color, select on the third one color. Okay, so color for the fourth one. I'm also going color. So if you're actually enjoying this video, guys, kindly subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any single video. I'm going to put in later on. Okay, so I'm going to select all this text. So when you're actually designing, there's something we call hierarchy and what we call about visibility, like having like information. You know, when we talk about hierarchy, we're talking about information, how information is set, how they can go ahead and access information. So when user is coming to the onboarding screen, we want to make sure their eye catches the learn UI UX first. So we want to, as much as possible, to reduce the contrast for this text. So we can go ahead and select a more lighter color that is going to allow them focus on learn um learn Figma. So you'll learn all these various courses. And yeah, oh sorry, about that. So I'm also going to change the color to something. I want to make the color. I want to make the color. I want the color to maintain same dark color here. And the next thing I'm going to do is select the color for this one. I'm going to select this and the color. So I think now we have our onboarding screen, guys. As you can see, we have our onboarding screen. Okay, so you can see this is looking simple and nice. You can go ahead and add more designs to it in case you want to add more designs to it. Okay, so you can maybe create something top that says maybe create something at the top this same color. um maybe something like box. So okay, so okay, so we can actually design something like this. Okay, let's say let's say this is going to be moving. We're going to select this, create it here, make it move this, then copy again, it's here. So this is going to move again. So let's say this is going to again, then copy it again, and move to somewhere around here and that. Why we are actually setting this text properly. So this. Okay, so yeah, I think this is pretty much it. So we've done the onboarding screen. So as you can see, guys, the onboarding screen is looking cool and nice. So now it's time for us to go ahead and do our little tweak that has to do with prototyping. Okay, so I'm just this is just a bonus part. So I want to go ahead and prototype this. So I'm going to go to the prototype section right here and select on this. As you can see, our preview is set to to iPhone 11. So we're going to select those things we want to prototype. Okay, so let's before we go ahead and prototype that, we want to just group this. We want to group all these buttons. Group. Okay, so and when you're actually grouping your elements, you want as much as possible to rename them. So you might want to name all these your buttons. So when you're actually giving a developer, the developer needs to understand what this button is, what this button does. Okay, so we want to as much as possible to do that. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and prototype this. Okay, so let's say once you tap on this next button, it takes you to this next page and it's going to navigate you to this next page. So we're just going to navigate to instance, and let's say instead of instance we can say dissolve. The dissolve if you want is out. We can take this here again, we can this. Let's just do the prototype stuff. Let's do the back. Okay, as you can see, there is no back, so no back for this, so they can't go back. So we can, okay, we can say okay, so I think what we're going to do right here is you're just going to say back. We're going to say next. So what the next is going to do, allow them when they click on the next, then they can actually go ahead and click on login and register. So I think it's better this way. Then I think yeah. So the next thing we want to do is to tap on this back. In case they want to go back, they also want to go back from this. They also want to go back from okay. So they want to go back from this. Okay, so um oh yeah, I think should have grouped this. Let me group this. Let me group this and do it again. Okay, so I think yeah. Okay, so I think it's done. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. I'm going to say it's going to the back. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Again. Okay, so now we have the onboarding screen. So the onboarding screen is set. So we might also want to add a scroll to. We also want to make this move. We can make this move too. Okay, we can make this move. Just can select. You can make this move. You can it and so I think we just go ahead and prototype this and let's see what actually looks like. Okay, so we're prototyping this right now. Okay guys, so before while this is loading, so yes guys, if you're actually new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel because you want to learn more about Figma, you want to learn more about mobile development, how to go ahead and turn this already designed onboarding screen to a mobile app. We are going to teach you how to do that right channel, so you can learn more and also improve your skill. And trust me, you can go ahead and sign up for our online courses. where we actually go ahead and teach you various courses, like we teach you UI UX, web development, graphic design, mobile development, and you are going to learn them. Okay, so and yeah, our prices are very cheap, so you can always learn from us. Okay, so as you can see right here, the screen is still loading, so we're just going to wait. Okay, I think we're almost done. We're almost done with it. We can also add animations to all this. We can add animations to all that. So okay, so it's still going. Okay, so it's still going. Okay, so it's still going. I don't know. I think my network is slow, so that's why we're having this. Network is slow. So I'm just going to pause this video and resume one set. Okay, so the onboarding screen is set, as you can see. So you can see what the first page looks like. It looks really simple and cool, and you can see it looks like a normal mobile app that you're making use of on your phone. So you can see we have this stuff that actually shows that yes, you're actually moving. So that's like an animated stuff that will be moving. So we can once click on next, you can see it's moving, and if you click on next, you can see it's moving. You can see it's moving. As you can see, this are also moving too. And we can also go ahead and set our own. We can also set like a seconds on it. You can see microseconds. Let's say we can set it to be 150. We can set it to be if we want. So you can see set it to be 150. We can even increase it. We can increase it to 1000 if we want. Increase it to 1000. So as you can see, it's slow and it's, you can see, so we reduce it, we can increase it, we can do anything we want to do with it. We can do smart animate, and we can do smart animate with it. We can do so many things, different kind of animations to it. As you can see, with smart animation, with smart animate is going to move, so we can actually change this to net because we want it look as if it's moving. So I'm going to change this to 1000. Going to select the next button. Most of the time you see designers making use of smart animate, so we can actually go ahead and tap on back button, make this back button also animate. So we want it to make it look as if the circle is actually going back, so you want to do that as well. So we're going to tap on animate and tap on the back button, also do the same thing, 1000. Okay, so yeah, we've done that. So yeah, let's say we're going back. So as you can see, it's animating, and this is nice, guys. This is nice and lovely, right? So you can see, if you want to go ahead and you can just tap on it. You can tap on next, and once you tap on next, it's just going to smart animate. As you can see, tap is going to move, then tap is going to move. So as you can see, it's moving. So this is nice, right? So yes, guys, if you actually enjoyed this video, guys, kindly subscribe to the channel and also turn on notifications so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I think that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.